Guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com and another exciting video for you all about pricing on the C8 Corvette. I'm really excited about this car and really excited to bring you this video. Remember, if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, like and share this video so our channel can grow, and as always, leave a positive comment below and let me know your thoughts on the pricing of the C8 Corvette. All right, so Chevrolet has given us the pricing finally on the C8 Corvette with the trim levels, the base price, what the Z51 package would cost, and we will go over all of that in this video. Now, in the reveal, the only thing that they promised us and the only price that they actually revealed is that the base model, which of course is a 1LT, would start for under 60 grand. So I actually did a video on this a couple weeks ago with my predictions for pricing, and let's see how accurate I was. Okay, so Chevy was right 100% that it would be under 60 grand. I said in that video it would be barely under 60 grand, like 59,900, and I was very close. It's $59,995. So literally Chevy is $5 less than $60,000. But hey, that's still an incredible price. You can actually buy this car with no options. Again, it'll be a 1LT for under 60 grand, and that's a home run as far as performance goes and getting a mid-engine car for that price, and fantastic. Maybe that's what we should do, all buy base cars. But what you're really going to want to do is add a couple options. I think the perfect car here will be the 2LT package, which gives you a lot of upgrades. And we'll get into these, what's the differences between 1LT, 2LT, and 3LT in another video. I don't think we're going to do that here. So remember to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss that, and the notification bell so you don't miss that video. So for all intents and purposes, honestly, you want the 2LT package, and that in the old Corvette was about $4,400, $4,500, which was a steal. It gives you a heads-up display, a lot of other niceties, which makes a big difference over the 1LT package, and it makes a big difference in resale value. You probably get almost all of that back when you sell the car. There's a lot of cheap 1LTs, used ones for sale, and the 2LTs definitely bring more money. So the 2LT package was increased. So one way Chevy kept it under 60 grand is make the stripper model actually under 60 grand like they promised, and obviously add more to the other option packages to make up the difference, because they know most people are not going to want a base car. So where the 2LT in the C7 Corvette costs around $4,400, $4,500, I think it was $4,455 for 2019. So they actually bumped it up to about $7,200. So if you want a base model 1LT, it'll cost you $59,995. If you want a 2LT, it will cost you more than that. It's going to be $67,295, so an increase of about $7,300. Whether it's worth that $7,300 is up to you. Now, I predicted that $7,300, I predicted in my video, would be $6,000. So I assumed that there would be an increase. I figured they're going to go to at least $5,000, but most likely $6,000, so roughly a $1,500 increase. It was actually about $1,000 more than I predicted, but hey, I'm still pretty close there. And also how I think you want this car, if you look at C7s now, the base cars that are non-Z51s are the cheapest. Z51 cars sell for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 more. So by clicking on the Z51 package, which they kept the same, for 2019, the Z51 package was $5,000. For this 2020 C8 Corvette, they kept it at $5,000, which is great. That gives you a lot of the performance upgrades. If you do plan on tracking the car, you should definitely get this package. Even if you're going to do spirited drives on mountain roads like I do, you want to get this package for sure. Now let's talk about history. When the C7 Corvette came out in model year 2014, the Z51 package was only like $2,800, $2,900. Chevy had predicted at that time maybe 20% of the people were going to take that package, and it was more like 70%. So they actually ran out of, if you remember your Corvette history, they actually ran out of parts for the Z51 package in the early C7s in 2014, where they actually stopped making Z51 cars for a while and just making base cars because they didn't anticipate how many people would want that package. Now, years ago, like just go back to the Z51 package has been around forever, but say for 1984, when the C8 Corvette debuted, the Z51 made it a very rough handling car. So a lot of people, when they think Z51, they think, oh, it's really a track car. I can't do it for the street. Z51 package has come a long way. You get all those performance upgrades and you still get pretty good ride quality. So now it is a popular package. And again, if you look at resale values for the C7, Z51 cars sell for a lot more than bases. Right now, at the time that I'm recording this in August of 2019, base cars are selling for the low 30s and Z51 cars are selling for the high 30s. So there's a almost, depending on mileage, a $4,000 or $5,000 difference there. So if you get the Z51 package for $5,000, to me that's a must. You get most of that money back when you sell the car. So I think you definitely need to get that. Because remember, there's going to be Grand Sports, there's going to be Z06s, there's going to be 40,000 cars that are sold in the first year that are base models. So you're going to be competing a lot of cars. So if you ever want to have resale value on this car, whether you're going to buy it, finance it, lease it, you're going to want to have something that makes you stand out a little bit. And most of them a lot of them are going to have Z51s. I don't know if most of them, say half of them are. You probably want to get that. It'll just give you a little leg up in resale value. I think you're going to get most of that money back in resale. Remember, there's going to be a ton of people ordering these cars. They may have zero resale value, like my 2016 M2 had the first year. If they get 80 or 100,000 orders, because every YouTube channel says they're getting the first one. I've counted at least 30 YouTubers saying that, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, so I'm not going to say that. But same thing with the M2. I mean, I could have sold the M2 in 2017 probably for full price. So a C8 Corvette, if they get 80 or 100,000 people wanting to order and they only can build 40,000, and 40,000 is a huge number. There's only 8,900 NSXs ever made. There's only 740 BMW 1Ms. There's only 3,500 M2s. So you see, 40,000 is a lot of cars. So there may be zero depreciation the first year. Supply keeps up with demand. 2 years from now, when Grand Sports or Z06 is coming out, expect these, the regular C7, Z51 or not, to tank, and then they're going to go way down in value. So I think you got to spec this car. Importantly, because if you only want to keep it, if you want to keep it 3 years, you could have a lot of depreciation. So you want to get a desirable car, and a car, of course, that you can enjoy driving. So you're not, if you just get a base model car or maybe a 1LT car, you may want to trade that car to upgrade to a Grand Sport or a Z06, and you're going to have worse resale value because you don't have those options. Maybe. I mean, we'll see. So $7,200 for the almost $7,300 for the 2LT, and then a $5,000 for the Z51. So that gives us a total of about $72,000, and that's what I predicted in my video. I said a 2LT Z51 will be $72,000. So we got there at the same. We were probably off by $1,000 on both of those options, but we got to the total. Then I say you may want to add a couple things, and your car may come out the door more like $74,000 before tax. So now $72,000, $73,000, $74,000, whatever you pick for those options, is not the same as $60,000. If you want to keep the price down on this car, I'm going to give you a suggestion. For me, and I think to most enthusiasts, and again, all kinds of people are going to be buying this car. They're not necessarily car enthusiasts. They may just love Chevys. They just may love Corvettes. They just may love that it's mid-engine. They may just love the newest and greatest, most popular thing. If I had to choose to keep the price down between a 2LT car and a Z51, I would pick the Z51 because I think the enthusiasts will always pay more for the highest performance variant. And again, there'll be Grand Sports Z06s and probably Z01. But in the near term, I think you would do better and enjoy more a Z51. You don't need those niceties of the 2LT package. They're nice to have, but I don't think anything is that important, and we'll go through those packages in a later video. Same thing for the Z51 package. We'll break it down in another video. But you can keep this car down to $65,000, and I would forego the 2LT to do that and just get a base 1LT Z51 done. And you don't have to worry, it only comes with one transmission now. Again, I wish it was a manual for me personally, but you don't have to pay an extra $2,000 for an automatic transmission. It only comes with one transmission, so that helps. Look at it that way as far as helping keeping the price down. But if you want to get this car at $65,000, which is a bargain, $60,000, $59,995 is a bargain. But even at $65,000, I think it's a bargain. Get a 1LT and get a Z51. Now, if you can afford more in your monthly payment or in your lease, or if you're buying it outright, then I think the perfect spec for this car, like I said in my other video, will be 2LT. It's another $4,000 if you wanted the 3LT, and again, we'll get into those LT options in another video. Another $4,000 for that, and that would bring you at 76. Add an option or two here or there, you're at 78. Not as much as a bargain, still a great car being mid-engine. So if you can afford it, 2LT, Z51. Get those two. You're at 72 grand. If you got to cut one of those two out, I would cut out the 2LT and go for the performance. But it's up to you. It depends how you're going to use the car. If you're going to drive on track days or spirited mountain runs like I do, you're definitely going to want the Z51 package. If you're just going to enjoy it, cruise along, then obviously you might be better served with the 2LT. Thanks again for watching, guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next time.